Watched him go from 60K when I first met him. Did one video on one of our products. I'm not here to talk about those. All hell broke loose. Well north of, what is it, 600 now, John? Yeah, see. The man's so busy doing what he does. I'm here with my own exhibit. SOES, Stressed Out Exhibitor Syndrome, right? Oh, micromanaging, my crew not showing up. I'm not here to talk about it. Start to feel sorry for myself and think of what this man goes through 3 times a week on average, juggling time, to get a message out to an audience, you, who are literally larger than him. When I met this man, he was dead serious about his work. Now, he has no choice. It's so big. It really is. GYGers are a roadmap that will provide an ordinance to a better future for all of us. And for children, your kids, grandkids.
Thanks, Josh, for the brief introduction today. It's well appreciated. Normally Josh would go on and on and on. So anyways, my name is John Kohler. For those of you guys that don't know me, how many of you guys follow me on YouTube? So you're like, oh good, 3/4. So good, a quarter of you guys don't know who I am, so I'm here for you guys too. To let you guys know who I am and all the work I do when I'm not at festivals and giving big presentations like this. Today I'm going to be giving a talk about gardening, vegetables, and food preparation. And I guess we'll just start off. To start off, what I'd like to get into is you're first going to learn my story. And, my story is really important, and I think everybody needs to have a reason why. A reason why they're growing a garden, why they're into heirlooms, why they're, not so much into GMOs, and why they're into organic growing, right? And my story of why starts out with my health, right? Literally, I was in a life-threatening predicament, actually right here in Santa Rosa, up the street at Kohler Hospital. I was put in the hospital with spinal meningitis, and the doctor said I might not make it out alive. So that could have been me at the possibly end of my life. And this, unfortunately, or fortunately, as I look at it now, happened to me when I was in my 20s, right after I graduated Sonoma State University. I got sick, and the doctors had no medical treatment or medical cure for me. So, at that point, it was only through, I could say, higher powers that I'm standing here today, because I didn't find any gardening, anti-GMO, organic, plant-based eating, or anything at that point yet. But at least I got out of that situation. But when I was in that situation, I really thought long and hard, like, what's really important right now, John? Like, you got a degree, you didn't start even making a lot of money yet. And is it important if you had a lot of money? Could you buy your way out of this health predicament and the doctor has no treatment for you? Like, even if I had all the money in the world, which I didn't, I couldn't write the check, to the doctor, Mr. Doctor, $1 million do not cash unless John makes it out of here. Like, money could guarantee us nothing in life. Yes, of course, we need money on some respects in our society, how it's created, which I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of capitalism and how it's really kind of, in some ways, destroying the planet for greed and profit. But I learned that health is your greatest wealth, and I know we've all heard that, but I really try to take it to heart and try to do things on a daily basis to continually improve my health. Even though I've learned so many things in my life, I continue to learn. And I like to think of myself as a half-empty teacup with a giant, always drinking some of the tea, so there's always room for half more, and I constantly just go out and seek new knowledge and new information. And the cool thing about what I do is that at the same time I'm doing this, I'm making videos for you guys to share along in my journey. So to date, I have over 1,300 videos on YouTube, all about gardening, whether it's in my garden, whether I'm pruning, growing, seeding, starting, or whether I'm going to somebody else's farm or garden or grow to show you guys how they do it. So you guys get just like tons of ideas. And everything I learned, it's not just me, it's like all the people that I connect to, a lot of people that I speak to here, I'll learn new things from, and then I get to share that with others. And I think in this way, this is how the world is going to become a better place. It's not because the government, which is a whole other issue, is going to tell us what to do, or they're going to change things, because clearly they are not changing things for the better, in my opinion. And it's going to take all of us to be the difference and be the change in the world we want to see. And this is my contribution, just spending my time to make videos, to put out good information, and if people are interested and want to learn more, they could surely follow my videos and watch and see what I'm up to and hopefully learn a better way. So, yeah, I mean, I basically lost my life, and then almost after getting out of the hospital, I asked the doctor, because one of the things I learned about at a young age was you always want to ask a better question. Always ask a better question. So I asked the doctor on the way out of the hospital, because I made it, I'm like, doctor, well, why did I get sick in the first place? And my other part of the question was, how can I prevent this from happening in the future? Because I didn't want to go back to the hospital and possibly be at the end of my life again. And he said, you have what's called complement immune deficiency. And that's basically, he blamed bad genes on me getting sick in the first place, and that I could have a reoccurrence of this or any other kind of disease. It's kind of like the Boy in the Bubble movie, for those of you guys that remember that, like John Travolta in the 70s. You know, some of you guys might remember that one. But I wasn't that extreme, like, Boy in the Bubble, but I wasn't like a normal person. You know, my immune system was compromised according to the doctor. And at that point, I just left, and like, I knew that I needed to do something to build my immune system, but I had no idea what I was going to do at that point. So then I just started doing a lot of research and studying, and one thing led me to another. I mean, I think the first thing I found was Jake Portage, the juice man, who was doing infomercials back then in the 90s about how juicing could build your immune system. So I got a juicer, started juicing, and that helped a lot. And then I made other dietary changes towards a whole food, plant-based, minimally processed diet that helped me out a lot. And since that point, I'd never really got into gardening. I mean, my grandparents, they had a garden. They lived in Monterey, Salinas, and they had a big, lot and grew stuff. And we'd go down there as kids and harvest strawberries out of the field and all this kind of stuff. But I was never really into it. But what I learned on why gardening and growing your own food is so important, because I learned that industry is not growing the highest quality food. And furthermore, industry is not growing all the varieties of food that are available on the planet. And based on my studies, to be as healthy as you can, you have to have the highest quality food, and also the varieties of food that literally money can't buy. And unfortunately, whether even if it's organic, certified produce, it's still coming from the industrial agriculture system for the most part. I mean, I love organic farmers. We should all support our organic farmers and farmers markets and all this kind of stuff. But sometimes even they are not doing the good soil practices that it takes to make and grow high quality food, like I'll be sharing with you guys in my presentation today. So you know what? Like the old saying is, you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. So that's why I started growing food, so I could have the highest quality food, also have the widest variety of foods, literally money can't buy. And do things to ensure I'm gonna grow high quality crops. And then more importantly than just growing it and having a wide variety is being able to go outside, pick it, and sometimes just picking it and eating it right off the plant. I've done that before. Sometimes at least just pick it, bring it right inside and eat it immediately. Because once you start harvesting produce and it starts getting transported, put in cold storage and shipped, some of the vital nutrients start to go down over time. And these are the very nutrients that can help keep disease away and help us stay young and all this kind of stuff. And that's why I do it to this day. So this talk is just, I'm going to try to keep it simple because I can talk about a lot of subjects, but I didn't want to get too deep. I just wanted to kind of summarize and give you guys my top 3 tips on gardening and growing food, my top 3 tips about vegetables, and my top 3 tips about food preparation, and then save some time at the end for a summary and some questions. You need to take it even to the next level, and I believe that, while many people are doing this, there's not enough people that are really into the quality of the food. When you grow higher quality food, not only are you going to yield more, not only is it going to taste better, not only is it going to last longer, but you're making the world a better place by really working to enrich and improve the soil. And unfortunately, most farmers are leaving the soil worse than it is. And I mean, farmers, I think actually one who's talking right now that I want to see, Paul Kaiser. I want to get over to his farm, but he's actually really doing a great job at improving the soil fertility and structure on his farm, and he sells his produce here locally, Singing Frog Farm. But yeah, I just want everybody to grow, and then also grow wide varieties of different things, and don't just stick to the same things every year. And of course, more importantly, use the produce you grow first before you go to the store and buy food. And my menus revolve around what I'm growing in my garden, what I have ripe and what I need to eat. I don't I gotta make this recipe. It's like my recipe is, okay, I got these things, how can I make food out of it? How can I make a salad, a soup, or a dish out of it? And because I've been doing this now for 22 years, It's not too difficult for me. You could watch my over 1,300 gardening videos at growingyourgreens.com. If you're interested in learning more about my health tips, they can be found atokraw.com. If you need to find the best juicer or appliance that will allow you to process more fruits and vegetables, you can check my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/rawfood. And if you need to buy a juicer, dehydrator, blender, fermentation, crock pot, I would encourage you to support me in my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. That pays all my bills. I do all my videos on YouTube just for fun, because it's my way to give back for actually, and me being thankful for being alive and trying to make the world a better place, as I said a little bit earlier. I think I have maybe a couple minutes for questions, and if I can't take your question here, then I'll be in the back. I'll exit the room, to let the next speaker get set up and whatnot. Yes, over there.
What was the brand of worm castings that worked the best for you?
So the brand of worm castings that work the best for me is Organic Solution worm castings, Organic Gardening Solution. So actually they're here today. They have a booth. Unfortunately, they're out of worm castings because once my video started playing, they started getting a lot of calls, and they're sold out for the next 6 months. Yes, in the front. The perennial vegetables for you. So the perennial vegetables depend on where do you live. Where do you live?
Paradise, California.
Paradise, California. So what's the coldest it gets there?